You've got to be it in order to see it. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what that means and how this concept alone will change your life. I'm going to be using this pair of glasses to make it as simple and easy as possible so that you can start applying the power of this in your life and create the changes you really want to see. So let's get started. Our entire universe is energy, and in that energy is actually what produces matter. Early on in my understanding, I thought that matter produce the energy, when in fact it's the opposite. And understanding this cause and effect can radically change your life, because so much of my life I thought, okay, I don't really believe in myself, especially in the athletic world. I thought, okay, when I throw this mark, then I'll prove to myself that I'm capable of that, and then I'll believe in myself. So when the matter appeared, then I would change my energy. And another aspect of my life that I did this was with romantic relationships. I thought when somebody came into my life, then I would feel lovable, then I would feel worthy. And until they did, I would continue to feel worthless and unlovable. So what I was doing is I was energetically sending out a signature. I was drawing in that matching energy. And because I kept doing that, waiting to see something different, I never saw anything different, because I was only able to see who I was being. At any point in your life right now, you're taking in 20 to 50 million bits of information into your subconscious. Now, your subconscious is going to process through that and only let your conscious awareness, the one you're knowingly watching this video with, only going to allow 40 of those bits to come through. That information that you're allowed to be aware of, allowed to perceive of, is going to match up with who you identify as. Going off of Neville Goddard, this would be your self-concept, your set of assumptions, what you expect of your life. So you continue to see what it is you see yourself to be. So let's take, for example, this lamp. If this lamp represented my desire, maybe it's a loving, secure relationship. If I perceive that I'm not worthy, I'll look around in my life and I literally won't be able to see it. And I really can't see anything with these glasses right now. So even though there's different things in my experience right now, there's a red chair, there's a lamp, there's this tapestry in the background, I can't perceive of it. All I can perceive of our situations, which could be disappointment. For me personally, when I was experiencing it, I kept finding emotionally unavailable people. So even if there was somebody emotionally available right here, I wouldn't be able to perceive of them. That's also too not what I was attracting or what I was attracted to, because I kept being the same person. And maybe you've done some growth and you have awareness of it, and now you can perceive of it, but it's really distorted and confusing on how you would experience it. So whether you have a full block or a partial distortion, it can feel frustrating, it can feel potentially even overwhelming, that there is no way that you can actually have it, because if you could, it would be somewhere in your reality. And right now, if you see the complete absence of it, or potentially it's really far in the distance and that separation feels insurmountable, it can make you think that it's because of you. And if you were deserving, things would be different. But I'm here to say that's not the case. In order to be able to perceive of opportunities and the clues to get you towards that experience you want, it's going to require you to remove these blocks. Now, the big secret here is that to remove these blocks and to start being able to perceive of the things you really want is not going to start outside. It's going to start inside. You will never see it first and then be it. You have to be it, which is going to remove the blocks and the filters of your lenses, of your perception, so that you can see clearly. You can become aware of what opportunities align with that state of being, not because you saw it first, but because you changed how you see. And let me show you how to do that. So the question now becomes, how do you change this? Well, in the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, he basically meditates out of that self you see yourself to be and step into your new self. So completely detaching by entering the quantum field and realizing that you is simply an idea. So let go of it. For me, the way I was able to detach was like this. I needed to look back on the origins of how it was created. Why is it that I felt that I wasn't worthy? Why is it that I continued to find emotionally unavailable people when I needed to look at my early on experiences? All of us, no matter what your situation, you grew up with somebody, an adult, who was your caretaker. Now, you needed to be accepted by this person because they literally held your survival in their hands. Even if this person was emotionally incompetent or immature, that doesn't make them a bad person, but they could have lacked the skills to actually meet your needs emotionally. And in order to survive, you have to fit in. This could include if this person thinks that a child should be seen and not heard, and you love to talk and share and express yourself with your voice, but they said that's bad. Well, you want to, as Dr. Peter Levine says, make nice. So you're saying, okay, I can't be fully me and be loved and accepted. So love is conditional. I have to be a certain way to earn love. That's already starting to shape your state of being. Because realize your state of being, or the energy that you're sending out to the universe, the information, the thoughts, feelings, and actions. Well, I can't fully be me, so I have to hold back. And that makes me feel maybe unsafe to truly be myself. And it's going to lead me to maybe hyperfixate on how other people perceive of me. I need to be accepted. For me, I felt that I needed to be liked by everyone. So I literally, because of some things that I misunderstood about myself as a kid, and again, your early on environment could have looked a lot of different ways. It could have been more an abusive situation, or it could have been what you didn't get. There's going to be a scale of traumatic experience through these interpersonal relationships. Even if something didn't happen, that is still very much traumatic to you. Because if you were not loved whole and complete as you were messaged or taught that you have to be a certain way. So do you feel like you have to be liked? For so much of my life, I wanted so bad to be wanted. As Gabor Mate says, he didn't feel wanted, so he thought, well, I'll be needed. And so for me, this looked like becoming a people pleaser. How can I be valuable to other people? How can I be seen as essential in their life? I found a lot of people who needed a lot of help. And what did it cause me to do? It caused me to frequently abandon my true needs and my true self so that I could be accepted and loved by them, or what I felt was love. And then it repeated this old dynamic. I continued, even though I was an adult now, I continued to be the same person, the same state of being. Even though this happened and I didn't understand it as a kid, we all have limited capacity to reason because we're not supposed to. We're literally an alpha brainwave. That is programming our subconscious, our state of being, the energy and information we're sending out to the universe, that it is then sending it back to us, an equal counterpart. And I kept only being able to see, even though I was a kid then, this just transferred to adult me, and I kept seeing through the same eyes. Because I kept being that way, I kept seeing the same thing. So what happened for me is I needed to start to see, oh, love isn't conditional. People potentially, especially if you're in this situation where your parent or your caregiver said that a child should be seen and not heard. Well, that's not true. Maybe that person was stressed out. Maybe that person had their own issues. And so one little drop of stress or overwhelm actually sent them over the edge. That's not your doing. That was their limitation of basically having the tools that they needed, or just lacking the emotional maturity to understand the needs of a child. If you can simply start understanding, no matter how you were treated early on, that was not because you lacked something or that you weren't good enough. But whatever it is that you believe about yourself, especially if it has to do with not feeling worthy, well, why is that? Most likely somebody treated you in a way where you thought, oh, I must be the issue here. And if you can start to see that with your adult mind and say, oh my God, of course I was worthy. oh wow, I never really took into consideration because I didn't have the tools that this person was really overwhelmed. Or now maybe you can see the traumatic past of your caregiver at the time. That doesn't make them bad. You don't have to blame, oh, this is all because of you. They were doing the best they could. And when you can start seeing your experience as not based on what they thought, their expectations, their judgments, or their opinions about you, when you can start to do that, you take back your authority. And you start to basically be that caregiver to you, to little you, by allowing yourself to see and shift your perspective, which is allowing you to say, oh, love is unconditional. And when you start to update this based on your adult self, you start seeing through a different lens. You start perceiving of things that are going to be in alignment with this because you're literally being that. You take off those blinders to your lenses of perception. And literally, because you're sending out new energy, and Dr. Joe frequently talks about how energy contains information. You're literally communicating with the universe in a new energy. And what is it going to do? It's going to send you an equal counterpart to the energy that you're sending out. You literally being a new person, you're going to be able to see it. You will never see it before you are it, before that energy is inside of you. It will always match your energy. So if you want to change what you are seeing, you're going to have to change the energy that you're sending out. And a big way that I did that was to start to understand where that energy originated. Because when I did that and I saw it with my adult mind, it completely shifted the way I saw myself. And if the whole idea of why I was worthless was because of an event that happened, and I see that event differently, the entire foundation of beliefs can begin to dissolve. And you begin to update, you begin to take that authority, you take that agency over your life. Your thoughts, your feelings, and now your actions can be in alignment with that you want to be. It's going to create that ideal experience that you want, and then you will be able to perceive of it. If you want some more support on showing you how you can feel worthy and deserving now, this next video right here is going to show you exactly how to do that. I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, click like. If you haven't done so, join the community, and I will see you on the next one.